Hi, I'm Abigail Minicozy. I'm a sophomore at Syracuse University and I'm majoring in fashion design with a minor in sustainable design. And I got into selling vintage in high school. I had an online store. I still do. I sold mostly on Instagram and Depop. And then when I got to college, it was really hard to manage online in school just because it's a lot of shipping and just like being online a lot, which is like really, I don't know. I have a lot of trouble with like online selling. And so I knew the person who managed this building and I reached out to him and he was willing to let me do a few pop-ups. So my family helped me and I brought like some of my racks down and I did a few pop-ups and I really enjoyed that. I felt like it was a lot like easier and I felt like a lot more of a connection when I did it in person, so I wanted to pursue that more. So I asked him if I could have more of a permanent location, and then he was developing the space more. So these rooms weren't here, but he was building them up and he said it would be a really good idea to have a vintage shop, but he wasn't sure about having like just one person in it, so he thought it would be cool to have a collective. And that's how I met my partners, and my partners are Michelle Pfaff and Alexandra Panek. And for the future of my personal business, I would definitely love to keep doing this. I would love to, because I know I won't be in this space forever, and I would love to have another space in the future, more of a brick and mortar with like a storefront that's like not in a basement. But I am very lucky to have this opportunity, and for my partners, I feel like we would love to like continue it in the future together, but if we don't, that's completely fine because I know we would all like to go like separate ways. And then for me, I'm also studying in Europe next year for fashion, so I think it would be really cool to do some type of vintage there, and I think that's something I'm really interested in. And then as far as juggling school and work, I think it's definitely something that's very hard and like not for everyone, because I do have to give up a lot of things like hanging out with friends or just like doing all my homework on the weekends because I know I'm gonna have to do this during the week, and it's definitely a lot of sacrifices, but I personally find it worth it because I love my job and I would rather do this than any other job. And like I tell people when I come to work, I find it more of like a day off than I do school just because I like it so much here, so I don't ever find anything bad about it. But yeah.
Where are you going abroad next semester?
I'm going to London.
My name's Allie. I work with the Cherry Pick girls, Michelle and Abigail. For right now, we're in here. I think in the next few years, we plan on maybe making it a little bigger. We try to do more and more events, like the clothing swap, to kind of get people to know about our store a little more, and we do pop-ups a lot as well. With balancing this with work, it's kind of tough because finding these kinds of clothes and items, it takes a lot of work. I don't think people really realize how much work and time and energy you put into finding just a collection of clothes. And everything, our styles are all different, like all three of our styles are pretty different, so it takes a lot to get everything all together and find stuff like this. So it's kind of tough, but we make it work.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I'm one of the co-owners of the Cherry Pit. We sell vintage women's and men's clothing as well as home goods. I have always loved vintage clothing. I've been thrifting since I was 14, but I just thought I could make it out of a career, and why not try and sell some of my own vintage clothing, because I wasn't wearing it that much in the pandemic anyways. So, and I actually am the only one that doesn't have another job or school, so I'm actually doing this full time. I do online as well. I sell online different vendors, so I would say that takes up a lot of my time. So I'm putting all my effort into this right now. For the Cherry Pit, I really envision somewhere for college students especially to go and find sustainable fashion where they don't have to, because I know so many people are buying fast fashion and it's not accessible. So my vision is just to create a go-to destination for sustainable style in Syracuse.
Thank you.